Live from Wish TV, this is The Zone, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Hello, everybody, and good evening to you, and welcome to The Zone Kickoff Show. I'm Anthony Calhoun. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll get you ready for the 2017 high school football season. Tonight, we are talking about the teams, the bands, the cheerleaders, and of course, our big Friday night show, The Zone. Now, you see the finished product every Friday night, but have you ever wondered how we get ready for The Zone each week? Our Megan McEwen gives you a behind-the-scenes look.
When the clock hits 11:08, it's showtime.
Welcome to the opening night of sectionals on The Zone.
First up for the Trojans, a matchup with Jeffersonville.
But to get the product to look this good, it takes a village.
Well, when you're putting on over 20 games every week, it takes a lot of work, a lot of crews behind the scenes, a lot of camera people, a lot of people editing video, that you have at least a dozen people in here every Friday night trying to put on a great product for the people.
Meet Brian Eckstein, executive producer of The Zone. We call him EP. He's in charge of selecting the games each and every week and coordinating schedules.
Well, every zone's different, that you go and you try to look at the schedule each week, figure out where the big games are. Are there any top 10 matchups, top 5 matchups, great rivalry games? And then you try to work around that and then try to find as many games in as many different areas as you can. That are there great games down in Johnson County? Is there a great matchup up in Hamilton County? Is there a great matchup in the MIC Conference? And then just try to get to as many different areas. There's so much great football played around Central Indiana that it takes a lot of work to try to pick out each game each week.
10 people combined to shoot more than 20 games every week, the most games in town. Our lead sports photographer, Jason Thompson, works down to the wire each Friday night.
Normally each photo goes to 2 different games. Come back here normally around 9 o'clock, hoping we have some great footage from all the high school games, and that's when the real work starts. We got to quickly cut all the highlights, edit here on our editing systems, and get to make air by The Zone.
He bounces off 2 defenders. He's gone. We here at Wish TV love bringing you the most games of any other television station across Central Indiana. But unfortunately, we don't have enough time to put every single high school game on television. So in order to fix that, we make sure your score gets shown. What we do is we come over to this website, put in all the scores that we know of from across the state, and that's going to show up on a ticker on the bottom of your screen during The Zone. And hopefully your team will be highlighted as the winner. I'm Megan McEwen, 24-Hour News 8, and I'll see you on The Zone.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. Now, folks, one of our favorite parts of The Zone is hearing from the high school bands that take over our studio. Each Friday night, one band is selected to join us and play some of their favorite songs throughout our show. And we've had some great bands perform in our studio over the years. We've heard everything from fight songs to Taylor Swift, Ludacris, and even some awesome drum lines. Here's a look at Hagerstown and Indian Creek from last season. We've got a great lineup coming up for week 1 for you as well on The Zone. Here's a look at our game plan for week 1 on The Zone. And coming up on Friday, this Friday daybreak, we'll have Lawrence Central Cheerleaders and Whiteland Band. They'll be live in studio coming up on Friday. And then, of course, The Zone at 11:08, we're going to have Ben Davis, the Giants Band. They'll be live in studio with yours truly. That's coming up on Friday, week 1 game plan for The Zone. And by the way, let's not forget about The Zone fan pick of the night presented by Roberts Camera. Here's a look back at the Brownsburg Bulldogs student section who was rocking the Zone sign last October. Show off your school spirit, folks, with some love for The Zone, and you too could earn a spot as the fan pick of the night. Always a great time hanging out there with those high school students. Okay, folks, we are just getting warmed up on the Zone Kickoff Show. 4 of the 6 state champions that were crowned last year came, get this, from right here in Central Indiana. And we've got 2 of the 4 coaches in studio tonight to talk about defending their titles this season. That's coming up. And also on the way, this is what the students are competing for. The Zone Championship banner presented by Sport Graphics in Section 127. What goes into selecting a champion at the end of the year? That story and more still ahead.
Franciscan Health Sports Medicine presents Coaches in the Studio.
Much credit to our kids. Our kids have put in so much work. I mean, we are blessed to be here, and we just finished a job that we started not this year, but years ago.
I'm just amazed, overwhelmed with pride and joy at how hard they played and how well they played together, and how it was very apparent to me for whom they were playing, which was each other.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Zone Kickoff Show. I'm Anthony Calhoun. Joining me now are two of the area coaches who spent Thanksgiving weekend celebrating at Lucas Oil Stadium. Talking about Jake Gilbert of Westfield. His Shamrocks won, of course, the Class 5A title, and John Hebert of Carmel. The Greyhounds took home the 6A title. Coach, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Coach Hebert, great seeing you. Appreciate you guys coming in. You got a busy week this week, getting ready for week one of the football season coming up on Friday. But Coach Gilbert, let me start first with you. You saw the video there. Man, what a moment, what an opportunity for your program. First state championship last year, you got it done.
Complete blessing, just an honor to represent our city, our school, all those wonderful kids and families. We'd been chasing that for a long time as a school. We'd been runner-up a couple times, including a few years back. But to finish the job and get it done was just amazing, and for our entire city.
Yeah, and I know, Coach Hebert, you guys have had your share of championships with the Greyhounds at Carmel, but I know this one last year was really sweet for you, right?
It really was. I'm a Carmel guy, so you know, that's where I've been raised, and to be in that community as long as I have is great to be a part of such a special time. Yeah,
let's flash back. You know, let's go back to the state championship games. We'll start first with that 5A matchup against Columbus East. And Coach Gilbert, I mean, there was a lot of folks talking about, you know, the Olympians coming into this game. Just the pressure would be on you guys to try to knock them off and take care of business. What can you take from that game that you hope to bring in to this season for your football team?
Confidence. So, you know, we were obviously the confidence to get there, but then the confidence to finish the job and beat great teams down the stretch. Snyder, Columbus East. So just the experience of being, I know we learned from the previous time where we had gone and had been runner-up, and we learned from last year that, you know, if we play together that we can go really, really far and accomplish the ultimate goal even.
Yeah, and when you look at winning this state championship, what do you think is done for not just for the football team, but for the school in itself to get the first championship?
Well, you know, I think just the perception of Westfield, I know when I took the job, there was just a perception that football's not important there. People didn't care about football as much, and I really feel like the school and the city has completely embraced us and supported us so much, and football is loved and endeared there. And I think winning a state title is only added to that.
Yeah.
And so it's a great place to be right now.
That's great. And the game last year that I know folks are talking about, what took place at Lucas Oil Stadium, probably one of the best high school football games I think I've ever seen for the most part, because it went back and forth with your victory last year. Talk about that win over Center Grove, went to overtime, and you got it done with a game-winning field goal. I mean, unbelievable, right?
It was. And, you know, Center Grove is such a great program, and you know, they had it rolling, and you know, on paper it looked like, you know, we were the underdogs, and people probably thought Center Grove was in for winning their second in a row. And but you know, it's a tribute to our players and how they focused and continued to set the pace for daily improvement. It's something we stressed all season long. We started out a little slow, and you know, some people were wondering what was in store for us.
But, that's right. They were wondering what was going on, yeah.
You know, but we talked about being, you know, in a great conference and playing great competition, and that's what happens when you play great teams. But in the long run, if you're determined to get better and you're determined to grow closer together, then you know, anything's possible. And I'm so proud of our kids for making that a true statement.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember I texted you or something, and I was like, what in the world did you tell your kids? Because we know you got off to a slow start, but what does it say about, you know, your kids, but also your staff and what you guys were able to bring as far as the message to these young people on this team?
unbelievable leadership, both from the team, the players, our senior class, and even some underclassmen, and then just an amazing staff of assistant coaches that they're just dedicated professionals and very kid-oriented, and they're true teachers, professional teachers that mentored these guys, these young guys, and they were able to face challenges head on and not worry about the result. And sometimes you learn some lessons the hard way, but with the right mindset, it can pay off for you.
That's great. We're talking to Coach Gilbert and Coach Hebert. Of course, they're getting ready for their big games coming up on Friday. Of course, we'll have them covered here on The Zone. And I want to ask you guys, because we talked about this during the commercial break, how the weather's been so ideal for having practices with your football team. And Coach Gilbert, I'll start first with you. Give me your take on your team right now. How do you feel about this upcoming season?
We're looking forward to it. We're all in for the new challenge. We're ready to rise into 6A and show everybody that we belong. So we're really excited for that. The culture, the leadership, the work ethic is all as good as it's ever been. We just have to get better and work on replacing the 40 seniors that we graduated with a whole new crop of kids. And we're excited to do that. And so it's been a really fun team to coach. Our staff has stayed together, and so it's been a blast. We just working hard and have a lot of work to do. Yeah,
and Coach Hebert, your take on what we should look forward to with the Greyhounds this upcoming season?
Well, I think they're hungry, and I worried a little bit about what our mindset might be when we got back to work, and they have put those concerns of mine to rest, because I know that they're ready to claim their time here in the history of Carmel football, and a lot of these guys are new and have not played a significant role on Friday nights, but they've worked really hard since we started in our off-season weight program, and they're we have a great group of positive leaders, and it's just fun to see them improve every day. So we're ready to face the challenges that are in front of us. We know that it's an uphill climb. It's not going to be easy just because you win, and we try to curtail the talk of getting ahead of ourselves and talk too far down the line, and keep it to the daily and the weekly goals that we've set forth, and they seem to really be embracing that.
Okay, that's great. Let's take a look at the schedules for both of these teams. Let's start first here with Westfield, and Coach Gilbert, I get your take on just a couple of your games coming up here. You got Harrison coming up on Friday, and you see Southport, Zionsville, Noblesville, Hamilton Southeastern. You talk about that Class 6A. Here we go, my friend.
Sure. Well, we play in a 6A conference. Every school in our conference is now 6A except for Zionsville's 5A. So, if you can win in our conference, it's pretty good. I really feel like the MIC is an amazing conference, but I believe that the HCC is improving and growing closer and closer every year. And so, love the teams and the coaches that we get to compete against, and a huge challenge every year. I mean, we won the state championship, but we finished second in our conference.
That's something?
Yeah.
All right, and how about Carmel here? Let's take a look at your upcoming matchups here. You're going to go on the road, tough one there at Louisville, Trinity, and then you got Noblesville, Center Grove, and Pike, and then Lawrence North there.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it should be that way. Our guys, we don't do so well, I don't think, as competitors if you're not facing a great challenge every week. So we'll take them one at a time, and you can't sit and dwell when things don't go your way too long about things that you wished you'd done better. So you've got to take your lessons as you learn them, and set the course for the next week, and prepare the best you can. And I think through the course of 9 weeks, when you play great teams like there are here in Central Indiana, and in the MIC in particular, you're bound to get better if you can focus on keeping a positive mindset.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Good luck on this Friday. Get the job done, and we'll be following you right here on The Zone.
Thanks,
appreciate
AC.
it. Okay,
appreciate
no problem.
it.
Good seeing you as always. Good seeing you. Coach,
Thank you.
As always. Well, okay, we're going to take a break. It's the question I get asked all season long. I asked it actually, which high school is going to be the Zone Student Section champs? It's almost time to take some notes, folks. We'll tell you what you need to do to claim this awesome, and I mean awesome, banner to hang at at your school at the end of the season. And have you ever tried to find a score to another football game going on in Central Indiana? We'll introduce you to the group of people that make that as easy as possible. That's straight ahead. All right, folks, we're back here on the Zone Kickoff Show. I'm Anthony Calhoun. The Zone banner is back. All season long, schools in Central Indiana will compete for the Zone Championship banner presented by Sport Graphics and Section 127. Here's a look at what it will take to hang the 2017 banner at your school. We've seen a lot of great student sections, but I got to tell you what, there was one student section that surpassed them all.
The battle is on for the best student section in Central Indiana. Which school is going to win the coveted The Zone Championship banner?
Franklin High School!
Franklin Community is the defending champs.
And that's going to display right in front of your student section so your opponents can see who has the best student section in Central Indiana.
So how can your school take home the banner? Here are 3 ways you could win. Number 1, great school spirit. Number 2, show us how much you love the Zone. And number 3, be spectacular on social media, promoting your school and the Zone. So who's taking the Zone Championship banner in 2017? We'll find out in November.
Gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, it's become a common occurrence for the Zone to be trending on Twitter every Friday night, but what goes into making sure that hashtag the Zone 8 is where you go to find scores and highlights? I'll have the answer to that question coming up. Well, this fall is our goal to make the highlights and stories you care about on the Zone more accessible than ever. Tonight, our Charlie Clifford gives you a look at the role social media plays every Friday night. We start tonight with a top 5 matchup.
If it's the talk of the town on Friday nights, don't just say it. Post it. Get on Twitter and Facebook with Wish TV. And don't fumble on our hashtag, the Zone 8.
Friday night starts on Friday morning. Our web team starts early in the morning. We got bands from all the local high schools coming in, and we're going to spend the whole day prepping for this, you know. We're not watching game film or anything, but we're certainly looking out to see exactly how far we can push everything that we do with the Zone.
After the game, if you're a little tardy getting back to your TV, thanks to some parking lot traffic, wishtv.com is your answer for all the top prep football pictures, highlights, and post-game reaction.
Just a fun high school football game to be a part of.
Across Central Indiana.
We want to see everything that you guys see, anything that's going to be eye-catching, anything that really shows your school spirit. We want to see it.
He's going to dive in for the touchdown.
You're going to find all the highlights, all the updates. You're going to find everything from the Zone first.
If you're camped out in the stands this fall, we aren't too far away. The Wish TV app needs to be in your pocket. The most scores from across the area. Don't be the guy sitting here that's last to hear about the crazy upset across town.
The old saying is you're not first, you're last, you know. Everybody wants to see this, you know. Nobody wants to wait. When the game's over, people want to know the score.
Here's a look at our Zone fan pick of the night.
No game night's complete without the fan pick of the night. It's tradition. Along with the Zone carrying the most games in Indy, over 20 every Friday night. This is no place to be quiet. We want to hear you on the Zone. Charlie Clifford, 24-hour News 8.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. You know, it's hard to believe that the Zone is just, 3 days away, and we've got a great opening week to bring you at 11:08 coming up on Friday. Here's a look at our game plan, folks. Highlights from a whopping 22 games. That's more than any other station in town. Our tailgate party hanging out at Franklin Community High School. There's a look at other games we'll have for you on Friday night and more. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching tonight. Have a good one. We'll see you Friday at 11:08.